Amazon has retroactively penalized a ton of sellers recently for manipulating search rank. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that, talk about what happened, and specifically what you should make sure you are not doing. Now, if you like this kind of information, where I'm helping you build and grow your own e-commerce business, whether that's here in Australia or indeed right around the world, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and that way I will know that you are enjoying this. I can do more of it like this for you. Also, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. We post brand new money-making information just like this each and every day. If you've got any questions, comment below and I'll answer them personally for you. With that being said, let's get into it. Amazon is getting better and better at picking up black hat strategies that we as sellers sometimes try. Some nefarious sellers sometimes try this kind of thing. And I know in the past, I have definitely done some crazy shit with my own Amazon business, okay? But they've now moved to stop quite a few things that we used to do. And so I thought it was worthwhile kind of talking about those. So I'm going to give you the link for this. This is kind of new. Like, send to everybody. There you go. And specifically, the most important things for this for us are three things. Okay, so they've now moved to stop completely something called two-step URLs. Two-step URLs. If you don't know what a two-step URL is, it's where you create a URL, an Amazon URL, that automatically has embedded into it a search term, and then you use that URL with the search term embedded into it to drive traffic to your listing. Thus, when people make sales, your product would then rank higher for those search terms. That was the basic premise of a two-step URL. And there was many, many different variations of a two-step URL, but that was the premise of them, okay? And so now Amazon has 100% stop that shit. Don't do that anymore. That will get you absolutely shut down. So that's one thing they've done, okay? Next thing they've done, and what we might do is next week, we might talk about what to do instead, okay? Next thing that they've done is they've now stopped rebates. So specifically, there was a lot of people, thankfully I didn't do this, but there's a lot of people using services like Rebate Key. And what's a rebate? Well, if you've ever seen any adverts on TV in Australia for Toyota cars, where they give you $1,000 cash back, for instance. So you go and buy the car, great. Use their finance to do that, great. And then they give you $1,000. That's a rebate, okay? And there was a lot of people on Amazon using rebates to get people to buy their products, and then they were giving them a percentage of money back from the sale of their products. So if their product was like $40, they would get X amount of people to buy them, and everybody that purchased them, they would give them $30 back. And the way that that worked was it would create something called sales velocity. So it looks like a lot of people are arriving at your listing, buying your listing at full price and checking out. Okay, that creates sales velocity. And what it does or did was manipulate the search rank. Okay, that's what that was. And so they've now moved to stop all of that as well. Okay, and they've done that by cranking down on the big websites that were players in that game. One of them was called Rebate Key. And so they've shut that down. And what's happened is, retrospectively, everybody whose listings have used rebates have now been penalized for that, which kind of sucks because it was okay for a long time. So final thing that they've really cracked down on. And this is called search, find, buy, SFB, okay? So the way that this works is when a Joe Schmo comes to Amazon and wants to buy a product, they've got a problem, they're looking to solve that problem, they'll come and they'll type something into Amazon. And so they will search for something. So they will search for dash hound gifts, for instance. So they'll search for dash hound gifts, okay? Great. Next thing they will do is they will go look for something that matches the thing that they want to purchase. So they'll look for something. Oh, it's these dash hound wiener socks. So now I've found the thing that I want to buy. My dash hound socks, they're pretty cool. So search, find, and then of course you've got the last part. They would check out and buy. All right. And that process happens millions of times a day on Amazon. What I've just described to you. People come to Amazon, they search for something, they find it, then they buy it. Okay. However, what some players were doing was they were manipulating that to actually get people to go look for their products, find their products, and then buy them. And then they would secretly rebate them through PayPal and things like that. Thus, again, manipulating sales rank, because this is the very, very best way to rank your product, is to have customers, of course, act natural and just go and search for your product, or search for a product, find your product, buy your product. That's what worked best. And so they've moved to stop that as well. All right. So, which is interesting. So what does that mean for us? Well, I will say right now that how can I say this without getting myself in the shit? I think it would be very, very difficult for Amazon to differentiate between a regular buyer and a buyer that you have engineered, okay? Given that everything acts naturally. So I'd be super fascinated to understand how they've done that from an algorithm point of view. And I suspect what they've actually got is a situation whereby they understand that most customers, when they come to Amazon and they're looking for a product, so they'll look around and they'll maybe they go, okay, well, that looks kind of interesting. I'll just have a look at that. What's happening here? Okay, that's happening here. Well, it's not really what I want. What else is here? Oh, maybe it's this pendant that I want instead. Yeah, that looks kind of interesting. I'm just going to add that to my cart and I'll keep that for later. Maybe I'm going to take it in. Maybe I won't. Oh, actually, what about those glasses there? Let me go and have a look at those. Okay, they look kind of cool. I might buy those too. And so I suspect that's what goes off. And then people will come to their cart and they will look at their cart and they'll delete the things they don't want in their cart. And then they'll check out the thing that they do want. I suspect that's probably how most people search on Amazon. And so search, find, buy people, I suspect what they do is they just add one thing, find one thing, buy one thing, okay? Which is probably not natural. Hi, this is Neil-Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, where we help people just like you make more money online. We've got 2,500 members and growing. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community here in Australia. Our members have got sales of over $50 million. Yes, indeed. If you'd like to find out more and indeed join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link is in the description and I will see you next time. Bye for now.